Hi, welcome to Julian's Gardens. It's quite like sad looking day actually. It's very gloomy. You see all the dark cloud on the top over me there. We did have a 3 day of rains, and yesterday the weather much better, and I was expecting we could have beautiful weather today. But it turned out it's very dark and gloomy. I did a bunch of laundry and I was hoping to hang them out, but maybe I have to hang them inside now. Anyway, a quick update for the video today. I just want to share about my thoughts about the middle garden bed that I created as no dig. I just dumped the whole compost in the middle of the yard here. And I'm gonna walk around and show you my broccoli. I planted, I don't remember now, a month or 2 months ago actually, or over a month ago. And then I want to give you the update about my taros. I haven't given you the update about that before the frost. I think tomorrow or the day after tomorrow we're supposed to have frost. So I want to give you how they been doing before their leaf be shivered by the frost. And of course, when I have it done, I give you the update as well. And I want to give you an update about my Yacon as well. I never seen they go so big and tall this year. Alright, let's turn around and I'm going to show you. Alright guys, so over here, or maybe turn into the garden tour today actually. But anyway, let me give you the quick updates on the way around. Oh, by the way, I did have a rose bush in this beautiful container. I got it out. I am planted in the rose garden bed where it's for my daughter. But anyway, so this container I'm gonna plant the different rows in here in the future. Alright, the rows still doing amazingly well, and they're sending down more buds as well. Look at that. And this is beautiful British Shadow de Monaco. Look at that. So beautiful. It fades away now, but I can't stop or can't resist to show you. Alright, and the Kiwi berry, their leaves start to drop now. Oh, by the way, I want to give you the update about the male Kiwi vine over there. Look at that. I'm sorry, it seems I turned to a long video again. And if you remember, you and me planted together, and how much they grow now, or it's grown now. It's just so big. I hope next year it produces a flower and have the female over here to have more berries. I did have some berries this year, but it wasn't much at all. Alright, so beautiful apple tree. I did have it. So many beautiful apple. I haven't eaten anything so delicious or any apple so delicious like this variety. And this is the one that I grow, so I mean always feel much tastier and so beautiful and sweet and so flavorsome. This is Royal Gara. Yeah, it's just amazing variety of apple. It's very sweet. Alright, and a lot of mess actually. I just want to give you the main thing I want to show you, because you might already seen a lot of my rose video. This garden bed I created years ago. I'm not really full a year yet, but anyway, I created like late winter, I think, at that time. And in this garden bed, I just dumped the whole mushroom compost in, and in here I did plant quite a lot of fruit trees all over that side too, and at the end I moved them to the other part of the yard. Alright, so over here I just have only 2 nursery pair, and they got this variety, got beautiful red and orange color, and this one is called Juriro. It is a dwarf variety nursery pair, and you can see the flowering bud here. Look at that. All of this they can produce a flower next year, so I'm hoping I have a fruit. And that little one, that is a dwarf variety too, but when I bought it, it was much smaller than this tree as well, but it does have flowering buds over there. Not sure if I can show you the name. If you follow my channel, you would remember the name, but you know, for me, sometimes it's very hard for me to remember the name. Anyway, this one called Koshui Nashi Pear and dwarf as well. So this guy will pollinate for this guy. Alright, so Dania doing amazingly well. I still have some peony bush. They are in container here, the little one, and one the big one here. I need to plant them in the ground though. Few hydrangea in the container. They need to be in the ground, but look at that. It color up in the winter. Oh, so beautiful. Look at that. And now over here, I do have other two hydrangea who kites stolen by on the dahlia. And over here, I think I need to do a lot of cleanup for this bed. Once the frost arrive, I had to chop on the cans of the dahlia, and I did chop and drop, and then the fertilizer for this garden bed. Zucchini still looking really good. I just want to keep them as long as possible. Still have some fruit on though. Look at that. So on the other side, I did plant I think 5 broccoli. So this lot I plant them much later, so they are a little bit smaller than the one I showed in the video. Alright, the what is it? The eggplant. Pink tung nong still hanging on in there, and I just harvested some fruit yesterday, and look at that, still has some fruit, so I should keep them. I think this will be frozen by the frost. I should harvest the fruit though, and the leaf will be okay, but you know, there's not much of knife in there anymore, but still quite few fruit. I should harvest them before the frost. Alright, in here I have some container that I just grow like in for the salad leaves and thing. I think this one bucket or mustard. I always mixing up with the name of the two though. Spinach. Over here pak choy, and this is radishes. Haven't bulking up yet. But over here some lettuces as well. So on this for a small like winter crop. But look at it. Oh my goodness. I hate this one. Did you see this one? I don't like this one. And be careful when you handle this one or touch it. Make your skin very, very rushy and itchy and swollen. Alright, come over here. Oh, by the way, this firefighter rose still have some bloom hanging on there. Come over here. Let me show you. Lots of things to see in this area actually. Oh, by the way, I want to show you my raspberry. This is yellow raspberry, and it got amazing sweet fruit and very juicy. Look at that. Oh, look at that. It's very juicy. Highly recommend yellow raspberry. And this area, dahlia, still hanging on there. Some of the big cane or branches of the dahlia, they falling off though. I think it's too heavy by the windstorm the other day we have, and for the rain as well. But they can die off very soon once they got the frost alright. And over here, see the garden bed that I plant broccoli together with you. They're doing amazing. This year I'm not diligent about the caterpillar though, so they did have got a lot of the holes on the leaves and nibbling and snail and stuff, but not too bad. I think they can be fine. Anyways, they're looking really good. I think they can send out the head or the shoot of the broccoli very soon. And over here, this garden bed I clearing out. So if you remember, I got 2 little vine of watermelons, and I got beautiful fruits. I'm definitely grow watermelon next year. And I clear out on the eggplants. They are beetroot seedlings the seed that I just sowed I think a week ago. They starting coming up now, and the kohlrabi they shooting up now as well. You can see here and there. I sold them quite a lot, but in the future, when they are too close together, I will divide them. Alright, so come over this way. Look at that. On the mesh of dahlia, that color a little bit hard for me to work because every time I need to do something, I have to work over the plant. So I might have to do something about that. Come on this side. Oh, by the way, I will do the citrus tour another time. Look at that, my little citrus, or my little lemon. 100 fruit on it. But I will do the tour of the citrus separately. I just want to give you a quicker look before I thought I'd just show you several things. But it turned out now the garden tour actually. Garlic, I planted together with you, doing amazing. And what else? What do I want to show you? Let me stand back here. On this garden bed, I did plant tomato in the summer here, and at the end they finished. I sowed some beetroot. I know they're quite late to sow beetroot for to have it in the winter, you know, but that's okay. I do have a lot of vegetables, and I will likely to eat them in the early spring. And more garlic on this side. On this side, most of them shooting up. Some of them, they take a little bit longer to shoot up. Like this one over here. Where are they? I just see them here and there, but this side they didn't come up as much. But I did see them somewhere before. Anyway, I will have more garlic sit more inside, so if anything missing, I can sow them more a little bit later, or I plant them a little bit later. And of course, when I plant them later, and I have to harvest them later as well. Alright, on this side, lots of peonies, they're starting to die off. I need to feed them and clear out some of the weeds a little bit, but no rush at the moment. We're going to order a lot of mushroom compost very soon, so I'm gonna use some like mulch and fertilizer. Anyway, what they're doing is this area, if you remember, I got 2 containers of raspberry on this side, but when we are doing replacing the old planter for my apple tree, and I decided I want to get rid of this raspberry because they're too close together. After a few years, 3 years, and then they didn't have much room or nutrient to grow, and their berries, they are much smaller, but they are quite heavy. I need my husband to help me to dump them somewhere and chop them or give them away, because I do have another container of the raspberry. Alright, come on this side. Oh, by the way, my Fuji apples, they haven't ripened yet though. I do smell of the fruit, you know, but I touch them quite often, but they haven't fell off, or twist them around, but they haven't fell off, so that means they're not ripened, I guess. So normally I pick the apple when I twist them around a little bit and they come up easy, so that means they are ripe. Sorry, my hand just moving over the camera. Alright, so amazing. This is the first year I got some apples from the tree, and when we did together with the project, like when my father-in-law and I replaced the old one, and then we knock a lot of the apple off as well, and at the end I thinned them out quite a lot too, but there's still so many. And I did notice that like some of the cluster here, they got 4 fruit, but I should have let only 2 fruit to grow, but this is 4 fruit. But anyway, I'm a little bit greedy, but next year they might not produce as much fruit like this year, and that could be fine too. Alright, so over here, some of the leftover of the broccoli I plant in this area, so they look much smaller. Sorry, quite blurry. They look much smaller. And on my right side, the cherry on the beans, they kind of done now. I just need to clear them out a little bit when I have time. And over here, my beautiful, or I don't know, vigorous Yacon. Look at that. It's just huge and tall. So tall. You can see that tall, I don't know, nearly double height, 9 my high. Even in the road, it's very scattered bed, you know, but it's very tall, big and bushy, has some flower on the top there. Anyway, so over here, last year I think I did video like when I have it and how I store the Yacon, so I'm not gonna do it again this year. And so if you're interested, please go back to watch that video. And over here, let me show you. This is our Taro. Look at this Taro, and again, taller than myself. Look at this. Oh, let me stand on this garden bed. Look at this. It's so big and tall. And you know, when I plant something, I often amend the soil, and after that, the whole season, normally I never fertilize them again, except they just need I water them. That's all. But look at that. They big and beautiful. so healthy. This taro I'm going to show you when I have it them and how I have it and what I normally do with them. Alright, so you can see the leaves are just here. Look at that. So, oh, by the way, on my right side, if you remember, I planted together with you this Nightingale persimmon. It haven't growing much. It's been growing, but not much. I think the first year it might now, take their time and rooting in. And I think also this year I plant a lot of beans around it, so it just like compete a lot of nutrients and water to the beans and the other plants around. So next year when I plant the beans, I will try to plant them stay a little bit away from the persimmon tree. It just have a little bit of dying back on the top here. I will pull it back in early spring, but otherwise it been growing quite a bit actually. When I look it back now, I'm not sure it's gonna produce a fruit next year, like this, but it more likely produce a fruit. But I might not keep it though, because I just want the tree to get to produce more branches and get the trunk there more sturdy than just concentrate the nature of the food. Alright, let's go back over here. Let me show you the story. This area, if you remember, I have some leftover of the taro, and at the end I planted them in the area over there, and I got the cherry tree. This cherry tree that it was planted in the middle garden bed that I show you right at the beginning, like when I create the no-dig garden bed, and it's was there at the end. I moved it to that spot, and I did plant these two plum tree on the same garden bed as well, and after that I moved them over here. But I think they are a little bit too close to each other, and I think I might have to move that one just a little bit, like go back or forward a little bit, so give them a little bit more room between two of them, because they might get very big in the future, and after that they too squash, and maybe they won't have enough sunlight to ripen the fruit. But anyway, it seems I talk so much, and then go back to the taro. So some of taro there, some left over, I planted next to the cherry tree, and I got more on one more bush or more plant I planted in this area too. And at the end I feel they are too close to the cherry tree, might take so much nutrient from the cherry tree, and then I dig it up. And when I dig it up, and I already saw the tuber or form, and here let me show you the tuber. And that's that time it was 2.5 months ago, and it's already from the tuber. And since then I just left it on the floor, dump it somewhere, and it's starting to grow again. That's a corner over there actually. I just dump it to the corner there, and after that, okay, and let me to pick it up and put in here, and I might just store it away to grow them again next year. So yeah, they formed the tuber very early actually. They already formed the tuber kind of like midsummer. They already formed the tuber like this. I'm just amazed how much they grow and how quick they produce the tuber. So what is the thought of, I think, about this garden bed that I created, like no-dig methods? For me, it worked very well, super well actually. I just dumped the whole compost here, and at the end, my father-in-law, he went down and he just created, like, put the bricks underneath the timber and just kind of make the frame around it, so the soil doesn't like falling over everywhere. And that's like you don't have to dig so much of the grass and weed underneath them, and to the compost all over. I just show you in the video as well. Maybe I will put the link of those videos that related to that and in this garden bed in the description of the video below, so you like to check it out. I think one of the big success and why I think it's a very important part, because my yard, like the area here, we did not have an invasive perennial weeds or invasive grass. So that's why even if we just dump the whole compost on, and like after a few months the weeds and the grass it just die and composted by itself, then they didn't have like runners or anything that try to survive, try creeping out. Also, that's I think the most important part. And one thing as well, so many things in this garden bed, so many flower and like a lot of vegetable as well. And I think I haven't set up like the drip irrigation for this garden bed, but I think the height of the garden bed it's raised, but it's not too high. I think the timber only 20 centimeter tall or deep, and plus I add some I put the layer around underneath the timber, the bricks underneath it just around 7 or 8 centimeter high, so the garden bed is not too tall. So the soil in there it did not dry out so quick. Even some of the day in the summer it was very hot, like 36 or 37 degrees Celsius, and I did not like water this garden bed every day. I did not. I feel that I water this garden bed like every 3 or 4 days. Just feel like when we got so much rain and every all the water that's running to the garden bed and store it in there. Actually, just somehow I didn't have to water this garden bed much at all to compare the other raised high garden bed. I do have a little bit more further down to that way. They are normally over 40 centimeter high, so they dry out much quicker. Yeah, so for me, big thing is I did not have invasive weeds. I did not have invasive grass and I did not waste this garden bed is too tall, so I did not have to water it too often. And what's now? And when this garden bed was created, I dumped on mushroom compost, and I just grow like normal vegetable, normal flower. I did not grow any specific aesthetic loving plants. Yeah, I think that the big success. I also the garden bed got full sun, so a lot of plants in the summer they love full sun as well. So that is really really good element when we're thinking about what we plant in the area. If you have enough sun or not, what kind of soil do you add in there? So that is for the video today. I hope that you won't mind the long video garden tour again. And I'm supposed to give you very quick look about several things. But thank you so much for sticking around with me. And I hope you have a beautiful day and see you in next video. Bye bye.